Hello, Unlimited friends. The question today is from Prakriti, and her question is how to know when it's time to leave a friendship or a relationship. Simple, small question, but what a deep question. How do you know when it's time to walk away from a relationship? Before I get into the answer, let me do a quick introduction. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Zara Mahoon. I write the blog zmahoon.com, and this is my virtual hot seat. Here I like to answer questions from my subscribers. To find out more about my work or to submit a question for me to answer, please visit my website zmahoon.com. All right, so how do we know that it is time to leave a relationship? It's a really difficult question. But primarily, it has to do with a couple of things. If you feel, and no one can tell you this, so remember that, if you feel that you have reached a point where the relationship is no longer fixable, some things have gone so wrong that it is no longer fixable, or that your preferences have changed, and now this relationship is no longer capable of giving you what you prefer, or if it's hurting you and it's become unbearable, then it is time to separate, not leave. Time to take a break. Take a time out from the relationship before you decide it's time to leave. The reason I say that is because when you take a break, you are able to see things with more clarity because momentum subsides. When momentum, negative momentum, is moving really, really fast, it is really difficult to decide whether you should stay or leave. Here's the one thing I want you to know, Prakriti, and that is, in accordance with the teachings of Abraham, there is no situation that you cannot change. There is no relationship that will not respond to your improved vibration. So it's not about the relationship, it is all about you. Can you do the work to improve this relationship? Because it is going to take a lot of energy out of you. It is going to take a lot of time. When things have gone that wrong, it takes effort and time and energy to figure it out and fix it. It is absolutely figure outable and fixable. But are you up to the challenge? That's the question. And if you think that the challenge is too big or not worth it, then there's no point in continuing the relationship. Move on. Let that person go and let them find better stuff in their life, and you go and find something better in your life. That's the thing. The relationship has to be worth the work that is involved. And it's not, you don't have to want the other person to do any of the work because it's all on you. You have to do the work because you are the one who calls whatever the other person gives you. You are the one who is attracting it from them. So you have to be up to the work. And sometimes doing the work is just not worth it. And a lot of times, that's when people will leave. So they say that the rate of divorce has changed. Probably 2 generations ago, there was hardly any divorce in the society, and then divorce started happening, and now people don't even get married. They just live together. But they still end up parting ways. And it only ever happens when it is the easier way out, the path of least resistance. When you look at the relationship and you say, oh my God, this is going to need so much work, I just can't do it, leaving is easier, then you are choosing the path of least resistance. And that is what Abraham always tells us to do. Although there is no relationship that cannot change, you could stay and you could figure it out. And that's the difference between now and before. Before, the goal used to be to keep the family together. And so that goal was so big that people would stay and make it work. But now, that goal is not as big or as important as before. Society has become relaxed on that score. So now it's up to the individual, no longer a society thing. It's not anymore, which is a really good thing, because people used to stay together in past generations because they were more concerned about two things: what will people say and what will happen to the children. Those were the two reasons why people used to stay together. And nowadays, it's not so much about what will people say, still somewhat about what will happen to the children, but not as much as before. Because we have evidence that children survive. And Abraham says that children will survive, they will thrive, they will find a way to survive and thrive. So really, what an amazing question. Thank you, Prakriti. It comes down to the individual person. What do you want? Is this person, this relationship important enough for you to do the work to keep it together? And only you can answer that question. So I hope that this helps you, and I hope that it helps other people who are in the same situation where they're trying to make that decision. All right, folks, that's all I have for you today. I hope that this video helps you to understand Law of Attraction a lot better. If you want my help on a one-on-one basis, I absolutely take on very few coaching clients, but I do offer one-on-one coaching. I also have a group coaching program called the Unlimited 365. And if you're interested, you can most definitely ask me for information on both of those. Also, if you're interested, I'll introduce this book to you, 51 Decisions About Life. This book really helps you to do the thinking work required, because a big part of any relationship is your own self-worth. And 51 Decisions is a book that leads you to thinking about and making decisions about who you really are and elevating your self-worth. And once you elevate your self-worth, decisions about everything else in life become easier. All right, folks, love you all lots. Take care. Bye for now.